All you do is win. All you do is win. Win, tie, win. Need some advice? Ask me tonight. You can trust me. And Zach Busby. All you do is win. All you do is win.
Hey, thank you for joining us on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're ready to get started, give us a couple of likes. And don't forget throughout the show, feel free to like, love, laugh, or cry with the emoji on Facebook when anything strikes you. And feel free to comment because we have producer on the show watching this, and they'll tell us your comment or your question. So feel free to ask questions, and please share it with your friend so they could enjoy it too. With that said, welcome to All You Do Is Win with Ty Nguyen. I'm your host, and this is my co-host, Zach Busby.
Hey,
What's up, Zach?
I'm just dropping a like on our video, Ty. I thought I would join in the fun.
Okay, thank you for following order like you should.
I know my place. I'm the dancing fool, right?
I wouldn't call you a dancing fool. More like, an intern. You know, in a startup company that have intern.
That's why I'm not getting paid. Okay, starting to make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know the life of an intern.
I'm Zach Busby. I'm the co-host and the intern.
Yeah. So the gist of this show is I'm gonna give y'all advice, life-changing advice. And people need advice now more than ever. They don't know what to trust. Because you can't trust the news. You can't trust social media. You can't trust Twitter.
Nuh-uh.
You can't trust your parent because
Fuck no, you can't.
You can't.
Dude, don't even try to trust your grandparents either. They're in on the conspiracy too.
Yeah. What conspiracy?
Just the overarching conspiracy to make us all dumb and docile. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to make us racist.
They're trying to make us racist. And before we get started, I just want to give a little bit of a testimony because you've been giving me life advice. And as you can see, my room's a lot cleaner now. I'm starting to get things more organized. And ultimately, Ty, I think I'm becoming a better person altogether. Things are going good for me.
You should get a new chair.
I just got this one.
Well, it's not working.
I don't think I should. Okay. Okay. Maybe if you guys start paying me, I can get a new chair.
Once you've shown your worth, then maybe.
Oh, I thought I had.
Maybe people that are watching this could donate money, and then you could buy a new chair.
Hey, maybe, but just to show my worth a little bit more here, let's go ahead and get ready for our first segment, which is called My Ty. Go ahead and explain what the segment's about and tell us what you're fucking drinking tonight.
Okay. I'm drinking Martini and Rossi. 15% alcohol, and it tastes really sweet.
That's good.
Tastes like diabetes.
Huh. I wouldn't know what that tastes like. For me, right now I'm drinking what is known as just a whiskey on the rocks. I did do something interesting with the ice cubes where the ice cubes are actually frozen egg whites. I think now's a good time to mention that we have a new title screen, and I'm sure you guys saw that. It features Ty doing what he calls rapping. A lot of people don't call it that, but he does. And it features me dancing. And that was really cool. I'm glad we got that, Ty.
Oh, that's where the reference came from, a dancing fool.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show my worth.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're full. You have books in your room.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
do.
Those
Mm-hmm.
look like big books.
Oh yeah, they are. They're really heavy, and they have a lot of words within them. And I try to read them.
Are they philosophical books?
Some of them, a lot of them deal with existential dread, that feeling of not belonging anywhere in the universe, and whenever you realize that you don't play a role in all of this, in this giant systematic thing that the universe has created, where everything has an equal role, whether you be like on the positive or negative side of it. But when you don't fit into any of it, it just kind of makes you wonder, what am I reading these dumbass books for?
You're reading it to find out where you fit in the universe.
Uh huh. Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. So for our first segment, I'm a is Thai news is good news. So I'm gonna read y'all some news from Vietnam, and Zach is gonna translate it because I can't read and translate at the same time. Yeah, that's
Eh,
impossible.
I can listen and translate at the same time. I'm just
Okay.
trying to show my worth.
All right. So here's our news from Vietnam. Khẩu trang bạn vắt đi có thể giết chết cả voi.
All across Vietnam right now, there is a sweeping sensation known as hip hop music. It is new to the Vietnam region, but we really like it so far.
Trong lúc thế giới đang vật lộn chống dịch, ngày càng nhiều đồ bạo hộ.
We are deeply saddened to learn about the untimely passing of Biggie Smalls. This is something as a country we did not see coming, and we want the country of America to know we are with you during this grieving time.
Dude, my relatives in Vietnam are devastated.
Yeah, I mean, I still remember where I was when Biggie went down.
Where were you?
I don't think I was born yet.
He died in 96.
Okay, so I was 3. Probably at a McDonald's playpen. My parents used to get shit faced and leave me in those all across the continental United States.
Hmm. When Biggie died, I was
Mhm,
probably in elementary, not
mhm.
listening to hip hop.
What a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, if I did, I would have been way cooler.
I agree. Yes, that could have
Yeah.
fixed a lot of your issues that you have present day.
What issue?
Just like your inability to like rap, I would say, just your swagger is at what some people are calling an all-time low. Um,
What do you mean it's low? How do I get to be higher?
well, you see, like whenever I walk into a room, people are like, "Oh shit, is that Zach Busby? Holy shit, is that he opened for the Sklar Brothers?" But when you walk into a room, people just they make fart noises with their mouths.
Um, you know what's the number one thing I get compared to? Uh,
Uh,
Go ahead.
no, somebody that okay. Let me think about this first. Somebody that can't rap. Um, Brad Paisley.
People call me the Crypt Keeper. Like I look like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, just a little older than the Crypt Keeper. Yeah, the Crypt Keeper looks like he's a younger you.
I never seen the Crypt Keeper. What
Mhm.
show is that from?
It's he hosts this advice show. It's called All You Do Is Win.
That sounds just like me.
Huh. Well, I
Yeah,
guess you guys do have a lot in common. Yeah.
yeah. And the second person I get compared to is Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, why would they do something so inaccurate?
I mean, they think my comedy style is similar to Mitch, but I don't see any similarity at all.
Well, I guess I was worried about both of your like heroin use. I can see that. That's a good parallel.
Dude, you're not supposed to talk about that.
I mean, hey, I thought this was an open forum. I thought this was a safe place where, um, Oh
People
yeah,
are not gonna,
we just got another like on YouTube.
people are not gonna trust me if they know I do heroin.
Well, they trusted Mitch. They trusted Mitch, didn't they?
Well, you know what? Now's a good time to do PR. I use heroin as a performance enhancement drug
Mm-hmm.
for the show.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option.
It's an option. You just gotta do it
Huh.
before the show.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna
And
make a
since
note
I'm
of that.
skinny, I have another vein. It's very easy to find a vein.
Huh. Well, I think as you get like older, your veins, your skin becomes more translucent too. So that also, it's like a treasure map, but every spot's just the X on the map, right?
Dude, now that I think about it,
Uh
I
huh.
do sound like the Crypt Keeper.
Uh huh. Yeah, more like him than Mitch Hedberg, that's for sure. Because
Yeah.
Mitch Hedberg, like he like told jokes and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I just tell story with no endings.
Uh huh. I always compared you like comedically to like Jeff Dunham.
Uh, what, Jeff Dunham?
Yeah,
Is he
because you
from
want
England?
well, you want me to be your puppet.
Oh, he used a puppet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
okay.
like you're saying, you know, your Vietnam news, and then you're making me say it back, just like I don't know, felt like you're trying to use me as a puppet, which felt disrespectful.
You're just an intern, buddy.
I know my place.
Yeah,
I do know it.
be careful. You're trading on thin ice.
Just in case there are people also treading on thin ice in their life, maybe we could help direct them to thicker ice by giving
Right?
them some thick advice
Okay.
in our segment called Thai Vice.
Yeah.
If you want to explain that segment real quick, and you could do that.
So in this segment, I'm gonna answer a question that people ask me on Facebook. And if you have any question you want us to answer, feel free to type it in and we'll answer it. But yeah, this section is called Thai Vice. And the first question I have is from John Johnson. He's from Ohio.
Sounds like a real name.
He said, "My wife and I have been married for a year. Our marriage is great, but I can't help but be attracted to other women. How do I go about persuading her to let me sleep with other women?"
Ooh, yeah, this is a good one.
Um, it only been a year, and he
Hmm.
said the marriage is great,
Hmm.
but he can't help but be attracted to other women.
Huh.
Um, how will he persuade her?
Well, I guess the best thing to do, you could do what's known as the surprise party tactic. It's whenever your wife comes home and she turns on the lights, and there's just a gaggle of women in there, and you say, "Take your pick, honey." And before she even knows what it's for, you spring the idea, "Hey, how about a three-way?" And again, it's important to let her choose. And if at any point she says no, then you just realize your dream's dead. And maybe marriage counseling's in order.
I
Um,
think it's very insensitive for John Johnson to want to do this during COVID-19.
well, yeah, during COVID, that's for sure. But in this scenario, everyone has had the COVID test.
Okay.
Yeah.
My advice for John is wait till the COVID is over and
Mhm.
then, persuade her to bring in another woman as a way to celebrate
Your
freedom.
10-year anniversary, because COVID's going to be another 9 years.
Yeah.
I
All right.
think that, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you writing in, John. I know this is not an easy question to ask, but I admire how forward thinking you are, and how you're trying to have an open relationship. But I do want to point out that your big flaw here was not like setting this expectation before you put a ring on it, buddy. You have to like let her know that one isn't enough for you. Your name's John Johnson, man. It's in your name. Your first name wasn't enough for you, so you had to have it fucking twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what his middle name is? It's
I
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like a country western artist that I'm not gonna listen to.
Yeah. Our next question is from Dave Warner. And his question is, what advice would you give to presidential candidate Kanye West?
Oh yeah.
So Kanye West made an announcement on Twitter that he's running for president,
hmm
and Elon Musk tweeted that he fully support Kanye West.
hmm
My advice for Kanye West is, you know, when you become president, you live inside the White House.
hmm
So he could change White House to just house.
Huh.
Take the word white out of it.
I would say, Kanye, if you're gonna do this seriously, you need to start considering who your vice president uh, candidate who's going to be running with you as your president is going to be. And my advice is to go ahead and make that Donald Trump. Reason why is because if you win, not only do you remove him from his seat as president, but he also has to take a back seat to you and watch your presidency. So you just kind of snatch it from him and make him your number two. And as we've come to learn from this show, number twos don't really have much of a voice.
You know, his next album, Watch the Throne Part 2, should be him and Trump.
I don't want to hear Donald Trump rap. It was bad enough hearing you rap.
What? Is
I
that
think
how you feel about my rap?
I've been hitting the sauce too hard, buddy. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, that egg yolk and your alcohol got you
It's egg
talking
whites.
out
It's
your
egg
mouth.
whites.
Egg white?
Yeah,
Now
it's
you
egg white ice
correcting
cubes.
me?
I'm correcting you this time, sir. I'm sorry. I have a question that someone wrote in. This is from Jack Jackson. My ex-girlfriend keeps throwing shade at me on social media. So should I break up with her sister or nah? So in this situation, Jack has found himself the victim of what's known as virtual bullying from his ex. But his current girlfriend is his ex's sister. So he's asking, should he break up with his current girlfriend to appease her sister?
No.
Or as he put it, or nah?
Or I say nah, because then you're giving in to cyberbullying. It just shows that cyberbullying works. And I hate cyberbullying.
I'm actually going to take the inverse on this one. I think you should break up with her sister, specifically because I know both of them. I know both. I think you got to get out of that family as soon as you can. They're dangerous people.
I think that guy is gonna dump the sister and then hook up with the mom next.
Yeah, see that whole situation just sounds like, you know, I don't know.
He's gonna make his way to the grandma.
Okay. Well, maybe you should stay with her then. I didn't realize that was the light at the end of the tunnel. She's great. The grandma's great. She's a little racist. Actually, don't go after her. She's pretty racist. But
so we have a question from one of our viewers. The question is, I hate the toilet paper my wife buys. How do I tell her to get better toilet paper without getting her pissed?
I have the answer. I always say this: buy a bidet and just shake dry. That's what I do. Anytime I poop or pee, I just spray whatever hole I use with my bidet, then I shake dry like a shaggy dog.
Dude, I can't believe I shook your hand.
Oh, my hands don't touch the bidet. It's all done with lasers, and it's like a foot pedal, kind of like a sewing machine. I just kind of step on the gas and it sprays my ass.
How do you know that it got everything?
Whenever you're shake drying, as long as it's only water coming off, you're good to go.
Don't you bend over in the mirror just to look
Oh,
at?
every time, every time, every time. Bend and spread and look. It's like it's a little bit like, am I gonna, like if you're gonna go spelunking and you're like looking into a cave, it's a lot like that. Because the whole thing is it inviting? Is your butthole and or your urethra inviting? Do people want to enter that hole? I mean, if you're not doing everything you can to make your holes inviting, then what are you doing here? Same reason I floss. I use a water pick. I actually don't have a water pick. I just use the bidet for my teeth too. Water pressure's high enough. It knocks out some flecks of meat.
Oh yeah, is that why
Yeah.
you talk so much shit?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. hmm
Okay,
Mhm.
let's move on to our next question. This
course.
one is from Joe Toner. Is weed good for you?
That seems like more of a direct question than advice, but
Yeah.
I guess it depends. You go ahead and answer this one first.
Um, I say weed is genuinely good for you, unless you smoke weed and you start freestyling rap at like a party or something.
Is that what happened to you?
Uh, maybe.
Huh. I was wondering.
Why? If I did, will you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, it's just like it seems like that type of situation. If you like smoke weed, a lot of people their first couple times smoking weed, they get really paranoid, right?
Yeah.
And if you're at a party, you're trying to impress people, even though they're probably in your situation, they're 40 to 50 years younger than you are, and you're at this party, right? And you're smoking the ganj. You're just chain smoking the ganj, and then somebody's like, "Hey, let me show you this fresh new beat," and they put it
Mhm.
on. Then you start spitting what you believe to be bars, and then
Mhm.
people are like, "This shit is whack, dude. Like, what the fuck are you saying?" And then you get like really traumatized by it. So anytime you go back to rapping in like present day, you're gonna sound like shit.
I mean, look
I'm just
who's
trying to connect
talking.
dots.
All right. I'm gonna not take that personally and move on.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be personal. And to answer his question, weed's good. I mean, I don't personally use marijuana recreationally, but if someone's got it, I'll have some.
I
You know,
smoke weed like every day.
oh, you shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that's mm-mm. Oh,
It
someone in
calms
the
down.
chat says professionally. Are you asking if I smoke weed professionally, not recreationally? The answer is maybe, and then a wink because who wrote that is the producer. We also have in the YouTube chat someone named Ashley said horrifying. I don't know what she's referring to.
Maybe she got paranoid while smoking weed and she heard me rap.
Yeah, that would be a terrifying experience, I would imagine.
I
Huh.
feel really bad now.
Why do you feel bad?
I didn't know that my freestyle rap has such impact on people's lives.
We got someone in the YouTube chat named Jimmy Smoltich. You know Jimmy. He said
Yeah.
Zach is starting the battle early. Huh. I don't know. Because we do have a rap battle coming later. Don't we? Don't we, Ty?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to hear. We have a user submitted advice question.
Go ahead.
This one is from somebody named Tiffany. I'm lost in existential dread. Any thoughts on how I can make my life matter again? Any remedies? Question mark.
My advice for her is find something that you enjoy doing that you don't feel the need to like have any expectation of people kind of like complimenting you on it. Something you do that would bring you joy that you do whether people check it out or not. Kind of
Do you have
like
any like specific examples of what Tiffany could do? Like, what do you think that she likes based on what you know about her?
I know nothing about Tiffany.
You know that she wrote into our show, that she watches our show. Maybe that means she likes comedy. Maybe you should tell her to try to do comedy. I find solace in doing that.
Yeah, Tiffany, you could write jokes, just start writing jokes and jokes
Mhm.
that make you personally laugh. Just write them and tell them to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Sometimes, yeah, I do that too. Sometimes when I'm feeling really low, I'll just write a couple of jokes and I'll say them to myself. What I like to do, Ty, is what I like to do. I like to record myself telling jokes. Then I sit back in my chair and I watch it on my TV, and I go, that guy's pretty funny. And then I go, wait, that's me, and it helps. It helps a lot. It's pretty much the only thing that helps these days. It's watching me tell myself jokes.
You know what they say? Laughter is the best medicine.
That or heroin, according to you.
Have you been taking your medicine?
Yeah, I've been laughing a lot these days, man. I've been watching some classic comedies. I've been watching Naked Guns, Airplanes, and The Shining.
The Shining does have some funny moment in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's great.
Like when they misspell the word murder.
Yeah. Just very what, red rum?
Yeah.
Why did they do that? It's so like offbeat humor.
I read that the kid who did it was an idiot. That's why he hasn't acted in any movies since. He was he was a big fucking dumb kid.
I noticed you have what's that, Stephen King book on your table.
Yeah, no, I've read The Shining. I've read the novel.
Was it funny?
Yeah, it was a laugh riot, dude. It was like Stephen King doing his best Jeff Dunham impression. Just writing for the laughs, man. Using his characters as puppets. Just hey, something vaguely xenophobic, like Jeff Dunham does.
I would like to see Stephen King do comedy.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I'd see him do anything. He's a good guy.
He have a lot of materials.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's prolific. Do we have any other questions? Any other advice?
This one from Spencer Caven. And
Oh, he's a comedian.
Yeah, he's a comedian. His question is, what should my next job be?
Well, do you know what he did before?
I have no idea, but based on how he looked like he sell vitamins at GNC.
Huh.
That's just what I assume based on what he looks like.
Huh.
Yeah.
Let me see. Spencer looks like to me. Remember that? You remember that show Degrassi?
Yeah.
Try to get on that show. That seems like if that's still going on, he could do that. He could probably do that. There are some shows on HBO you could try to get on. Those seem like they pay pretty good.
Yeah. Become an actor.
Oh yeah. You could also, I don't know, just be like a small time drug dealer. You know, just do some petty crimes and rob people. You don't even have to get a job. You could just start robbing people.
You know that drug dealing is gonna be so easy in the future. Could they have autonomous car that drive themselves? So you can just put your drug inside a car, and then it'll take the drug wherever.
What happens if the car gets pulled over and there's drugs in it?
I mean,
well, that's a good question.
because the car is gonna do the speed limit, and it's gonna
Mhm.
stop at the
But
night.
what if the tags are out?
Well, the car would check that before it drive because the car is smart.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know. I
Think
don't know if
about
these.
it.
I've seen the Pixar movies. I don't know if these cars are going to be all that fucking smart, Ty.
Smarter than you,
Based on what?
based on the type of books you read.
I'm really smart. I've never got caught dealing drugs. Okay, it's because I don't say that shit publicly. No one even knows I do it.
That's because you're white, so cops just
You're,
let you go.
that's a really good point.
You know
Yeah.
that's true.
No, I'm. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other advice questions here?
This one's from Eric Jensen. This
He
one's
just added. He just
juvenile.
added me on Facebook today. I don't know who he is.
He's like a friend of mine who I met.
Well, I
through
didn't want to know who
comedy.
he was. I just said I didn't know who he was.
Okay. You didn't know who he was?
Yeah, I don't know who he is, and I'm okay with it staying that way. What did he ask?
Why is my butthole hairy?
Um,
It's
you
genetics.
could be genetics. Maybe you're not pooping hard enough.
And I think having a hairy butthole save you money on toilet paper.
Unpack that.
Yeah. Think
No,
about it.
seriously, like explain what you mean by that.
Because the hair is gonna catch some of that poop.
So it's like a poo filter, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
poop filter, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like I said earlier, Eric, it could be you're just not pooping hard enough. It's
And
all about whenever you need to tear hairs from your body, whether it's on your rectum or otherwise. It's all about exit velocity. Make sure your shits are coming out turbocharged, and that'll rip off some of the hairs, and you just flush those bad boys away. Or you
and
just turn your bidet up to maximum strength. It's kind of like a water hose, just like clearing off cement, like a pressure washer.
and I think poop is like hair dye for your hair.
Huh. It's like hair dye, but for your hair.
Yeah, for your ass hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This would be like if we ever get sponsored by Manscaped, this would be a good time to plug that. So let's keep that. Let's bookmark that. But in the meantime, Eric, you shouldn't be. Here's some genuine advice because, like, yeah, you could try to remove the hair and that's great, but why aren't you okay with the hair? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, are people seeing your asshole a lot? Then good. I don't see why that's a problem. You should just be grateful that people are peeking at that hole, buddy.
Yeah, you should be grateful that you're able to grow hair down there.
Tain't no big deal. Right? That was a joke from the producers, and I think it landed. With the producers specifically. But Eric, at the end of the day, what you could just try to like grow your ass hair and grow it into your chest hair. Just try to make it like one long line of hair, and then it just becomes like, fall. You just you'll have a lot more hair.
You can even braid it.
You could braid it. You could. Just stop being self-conscious about it, buddy. It's just butt hair.
Yeah, we all have butt hair, except for me.
I don't have it. That shit's gross. I'd probably like be a shut-in and be like depressed if I had butt hair.
Are you butt hair shaming?
No, I'm just saying it's not for me. It's not for me. I would never choose that lifestyle. But there's some people that like it. I mean, I think those people are nasty, but I would never shame them.
What about girl with butt hair?
Oh, that's different. I mean, I would never. Yeah, girls with butt hair, that's fine.
Sound like you just switch up your whole thing because I say girl and you don't want to get in trouble.
I don't think that. I feel like you're connecting dots where they're not. Okay. I think that it's when it comes to women, it's their body, their choice, Ty. And if that's not the stance you want to take, then okay. At least you're saying it publicly now.
I show my support through silence.
Huh. Yeah, that seems like the way to do it these days. Someone in the chat is saying he climbs the butt hair like a hot male Rapunzel right into the princess hole. I don't know. Whenever I think of butt hair, I think of the biblical story of Samson. Is that his name? And Delilah. And he gets his butt hair cut, I think. And that was in the Bible.
And
So-
he lost all of his strength.
Yeah, but it's a commandment because it was in the Bible.
I listen to the Bible. It's a great
And what
book.
are some other biblical stories that come to your mind?
Moses,
Yeah,
he split the river in half.
it was a river. Yeah, it wasn't a sea.
I think it was a sea. It's a big body of water.
Huh. Do we have any other advice questions?
That's it.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
think we did good. I think we
so
did good.
too. Yeah. I mean, helpful advice.
Hey, man, can I ask you a favor? Can you give some advice on this next segment on how I should make a segue for you? Because I'm trying to set you up for the next segment.
Okay. This next segment is tie before you buy, and I'm gonna
It's tie
try out
before you buy.
gelato. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I got some roasted seaweed from HEB. Have you had roasted seaweed?
I would never put that shit in my mouth.
Really? It's healthy.
I know it's healthy, but man, like I grew up on a lake and I always used to get seaweed stuck between my toes and it didn't taste good back then. So I don't understand why it's going to taste good now. Is it still seaweed if it's in a lake?
That's a good question.
That's why I'm asking you.
Don't seaweed only have it in oceans and stuff?
Hey, viewers, listeners, we'd love to hear you in the chat here. This is a big question. But while you're thinking and trying to come up with something, Ty's going to put some nasty shit in his mouth. Oh, you went for the double dip? Huh.
Tastes really, really good.
Really?
Yeah. It tastes like
it literally, because you have like I mentioned last episode, you have a propensity to, buy things whenever you open the original package, there's extra packaging. And that's what it looks like you're eating right now. There's extra packaging. If you worked at like a supply store or a factory, you'd get fired for getting high on your own supply, it looks like.
that's how I got fired from my previous job. I work at FedEx.
Huh.
Yeah, I was sniffing the boxes for drugs.
You were sniffing the boxes for drugs?
Yeah, they didn't ask me to do that, but I figure
Why didn't they ask you to do that?
they just didn't. I
Huh.
just did it because I want to be a good citizen.
How about you be a good citizen now and rate that nasty shit that you just put in your mouth on a scale of 1 to 5?
1 to 5, I give this a 5. I could keep.
Are
on
you
eating
fucking
it.
kidding me?
Yeah, it's so good.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, roasted seaweed. Highly recommend it.
Central Market. Okay, you know what? I'll give it a try.
My next stuff that you can tie before you buy is Food by Vitamin for men. I don't know why it said men. Can women take this?
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Why does it put men?
I think it's a matter of kind of what's the word I'm looking for? passing one product off as two different products. It
Oh,
seems like you're diversifying your your marketplace. You're saying you have
okay.
more goods, but you're just putting different labels on the same shit. And also, it's all part of the government conspiracy to further divide us.
Well, this should have all kind of vitamin in it. Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, niacin, vitamin B6, B12, biotin, iodine, zinc, and potassium.
Well, the best thing about vitamins is that none of those are technically activated whenever you eat them.
Really?
Yeah,
So
it's just about the flavor. Does it taste good, buddy?
let's see. They look like gummy.
That looks like a gummy to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like heroin. Our producer's right. Why don't you put that on a spoon and light it up, buddy?
Wow, it tastes really good.
Really? Tell
Yeah.
me what vitamins do you taste?
What? What vitamin?
Yeah, you getting any hints of that D? You getting any hints of that sweet vitamin C? How's that biotin taste?
Um, Tastes like sugar. It's very sweet.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's how you know something's healthy, is when it tastes like sugar.
Yeah, I could eat this like forever. It's like candy.
Does it say how many you're supposed to eat in a day?
Adults and children 12 years of age and older, 2 bite daily.
Huh.
Yeah, so 2. That's what
I
I did.
What about on a scale of 1 to 5? What do you give it?
I give this a 4.
There we go. So the seaweed's better than the sugar.
Yeah, I like the seaweed a lot. I could eat this forever.
Here's mine. I brought something for this week. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Some soy sauce. Found it in my trash can just now. It's unopened. It has different. It looks different on each side. I'll just down this real quick and see what we get, and see if it's any good. Initial flavor is very powerful. It's very concentrated, almost like it's not supposed to be sucked out of a packet. Salty. There's some umami flavors, and it's good. I give it 2 out of 5.
You know, you just ate a condiment, right?
Someone in the chat said, Zach, ? Do you have a question for me? Oh, I'm not gonna double dip that. I drank the whole thing in one sip. And it was a mistake. But you know what's not a mistake is our next segment, which is called QUARANSTREAMING. It's a weekly segment that me and Ty put together. And is that the next one? Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah.
That's right? Okay, cool. It's each week I bring you a movie that I rate on a scale of 1 to 10 that's available for you to stream now that I think you should watch. And I also do the same thing for a goddamn TV show that you can stream. This week, the movie that I'm recommending is none other than The Shining. You can find it on Netflix. It's a Stephen King adaptation from his novel with the same name. But this one's directed by some guy named Stan Kubrick. Now, I don't know if Stan's done any other movies, but this one's pretty tight. It's this big hotel thing, and there's like a scene where there's like these spooky skeletons covered in cobwebs, and that was pretty spooky. Jack Nicholson's in it. I don't know if someone can tell me in the chat if this is before or after he did that bucket list movie with that he did. Is someone before? Okay. Yeah, it's just, he busts through a door. That was pretty cool. And I don't know, man. I think it has a lot to do with the moon landing subliminally. because like room 237 is where all the stuff takes place. And the moon, if you do a quick Google search, the moon is 237,000 miles away from the Earth. And I think that means that Stan Kubrick. I think that he filmed the moon landing and it was fake. I give the movie 9.9 out of 10. It's a must watch. TV show. It's an Amazon Prime original show called Upgrade. It's the same guy that brought you The Office, and I think he did the recreational park show. But this one's not one of those where they look at the camera and stuff. They don't even. It's like the characters don't even know the camera's there. And I thought that was an interesting choice because I had never seen that in a show before. Every show that I watch, they know where the camera's at. 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Must watch. Ty, do you have a movie or a TV show or both?
I saw a documentary on this band called Oasis.
Oh yeah, I actually been meaning to watch that.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and it's really, really great. It showed like how they.
That's the Gallagher Bros, right?
Huh?
The Gallagher Bros.
Yeah, the Gallagher Bros, and they play at like the biggest concert ever. They have 1/4 of a million people, 250,000 people.
Jesus, I actually didn't know that. I thought Queen had the record, but I guess it was Oasis.
Well, I don't know if Queen was bigger, but that shit was big as hell.
Yeah.
And after the concert, they have firework in the sky, so it's like a whole show.
Was it on the 4th of July?
No, it wasn't.
And that's illegal. No wonder the band's not together anymore.
I mean,
they probably got in trouble with the law.
It's in England. They shouldn't celebrate the 4th of July in England.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. But fireworks all across the world are illegal unless it's the 4th of July or someone scores a touchdown.
I think they scored a touchdown at that concert.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Wonderwall, that's a touchdown. I give that 6 points.
You know, I heard that song at like AV karaoke and house party, but I never knew the band that made the song until now.
What do you give the documentary on a scale of 1 to 10?
I give it an 8. It's really good. And
where can you find it?
On Netflix.
On Netflix. Okay.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called, I don't know what's it called, but you type in Oasis, it'll have it.
How about at this point, you type in "you're about to lose" in Google and see what they say, because we're about to talk about our rap battle and you're about to fucking lose.
You think so?
Oh yeah, dude.
How about you humble yourself and let the audience decide who wins?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Why fucking not? I'm fucking humble. I'm ready to fucking go. Go ahead and play that shit.
I would tell you go home, but you're already home.
Yeah, it's the only place I can be.
Because you're whack.
Okay, start that shit. Pause for reaction.
I heard you're slinging dicks for meals. Well, what a thrill it's gonna be to see you die before you even eat a meal. For real, you gave me a chance to steal. Now I leave you with nothing left like the top of your head. Is it sinking in yet that you're already dead? My oh my tie, why did you buy before you tried? Your advice I never tried, cause you ain't fooling me. This rap is your eulogy. No one is core streaming your rap, you're dreaming. My rap's hot steam in a storm, and I'm taking your show. This is your warning.
That's all I got to say.
Dude, I didn't understand a single word you said throughout that whole thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were unable to follow fast rap. Maybe that explains why your rap's so slow in elementary.
People like slow rap, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, that the intro to Reading Rainbow is their favorite rap song. A lot of people when they hear Kendrick Lamar, they're like, I wish he'd slow down. Anyway, you can play your track if you want.
I play my track. Come on.
Zach, you're so whack. Your mama smoke crack. You got diabetes, cause you're so fat. Zach, you're so whack. Your mama smoke crack. You got diabetes, cause you're so fat. Ha, ha. Eat that bitch. Yeah, eat that bitch. You think you're funnier than me? You think you're a better host than me? Hell nah.
To answer your question directly, yes. I like that you double dip in your segment whenever you eat food, and you also double dip with your raps. I noticed. You're like, so I heard that my mom smoked crack and I was fat and I had diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, all right, I'm going to say that shit one more time. Just because I was rapping so slow, they might have missed it. So I got to say it again. That was a break.
I did that because you're not worth writing bars for.
Huh. Well, it's just that, you know, we did this as a battle, and it seems like your whole argument was that you couldn't write good enough rap, so you didn't.
Dude,
My mom doesn't smoke crack.
then what does she smoke?
Marijuana, probably. She's pretty cool.
I think she smoked crack when she had you.
Huh. Why do you say that? Why do you say that about the woman that gave birth to me and raised me? Why do you say that?
I say that because you're 26 and you look like you're 36.
Well, you're 32 and you look like you're in the triple digits.
I'm supposed to. I'm Asian. We live to be triple digits.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that, but here's what I will say. I think the listeners and the viewers, they're gonna weigh in. They're gonna let us know, because I do think the listeners are unlike you, and that they could follow fast rap, and they might actually, you know, maybe not be able to like follow yours unless they speed it up, because it was so slow. But the viewers are they're gonna vote. They're gonna weigh in. And here's the deal. Me and Ty agreed behind closed doors that whoever wins this gets to be the host from here on out. So, you know, keep that in mind.
That's why you've been acting so feisty, huh? Because you think you're going to win.
I mean, what I think is irrelevant. It's about what the fans think, Ty. And the fans, I want you guys to use your voices and pick the fastest of the two raps. I didn't repeat myself once. You know? And I'm sure your mom smoked crack too, but I didn't say it in the song.
I mean, all of our moms smoke crack.
All of your mom? You have more than one mom?
All of our mom. Everybody mom smoke crack.
Yeah, sure. They wouldn't be a mother otherwise.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get the breast milk to the right temperature. Well, hey, buddy, like all jokes aside, this has just been, you know, it was a lot of fun to kick your ass in a rap.
So to wrap up the show, I want to say that if you want to donate,
It's for a good cause. You can donate to at BLC Comedy, or sorry, BL Comedy. I'm sorry. I'll be the big man here, the diabetic man, and say I'm sorry for kicking your ass.
we'll see about that. It's up to the fans to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not up to your preference of rap style.
Yeah, if you like good rap or you like bad rap, your voice can be heard.
Good or bad is just perception.
Yeah, and that's all we have. And I perceive you to be, my co-host next week.
We'll see.
We will see. We will see, Ty. And I'll see you
Yeah.
next week, buddy. And, sincerely, all jokes aside, this is the most fun I have every week. I enjoy being on the show with you, man, and I can't wait to do it next week.
I'm not going to say sentimental bullshit.
Well, yeah, you'll have a chance to do that in the co-host chair next week. I'm just trying to show you how you just know your role next week is all I'm saying.
Know my role as what?
The co-host, my second in command, my puppet. I'm Jeff Dunham next week. You're one of the puppets.
Do you know the name of the show?
Yeah, all you do is Busby.
That don't even have a ring to it.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. You want me to say it slower? Would that help? All you do is Busby.
What does that even mean?
I mean, we'll figure it out, man. We'll do it. We'll fix it in post.
You're gonna have to rebrand the whole show.
So you admit you lost? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's
brave of you.
I mean, you did have more bars and you were more lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have the energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what you brought. That's all you brought, but you brought it. Sure. Anyway, man, I'll see you next week. This is a lot of fun.
All right, viewer, thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope y'all had fun watching that.